Hello, my name is Nick Foster. I'm 43 years old. I'm from the United States of America. I'm an English teacher, but I teach other subjects as well. I've been teaching for over a decade in the United States, Belize, Thailand, and India. I've been passionate about teaching since my very first teaching job over 20 years ago in Colorado. I began my career as a journalist. I enjoy reading and writing very much, but the news tends to be negative. And when I had an opportunity to begin teaching, I discovered that I connect with children very well, very easily, and I just enjoy it more. So I shifted my career to teaching, and I've been doing it ever since. So yeah, like 10 to 15 years. I've always enjoyed traveling. I've traveled to 30 or more countries. In those travels, I learned so much about the world, about how we're all different, but we're also all the same. We have more in common than we have that are different. And I feel like that's something that more people in the world should know. And like that's something that I can share with students. It doesn't matter what skin color you have, where you come from, we have a lot in common. So I was drawn to teaching at an international school because there are children from countries all over the world. I've taught children from Europe, Asia, Africa, the Americas, Australia, pretty much every continent, and it's great. Everybody has a different perspective. Again, lots of people have things in common, but it's fun to learn about other cultures and show how we're not all that different. I believe that students being exposed to other children and adults who are from other places than where they're from originally, from other cities, towns, countries, it provides them with an opportunity to learn more about themselves and about the world. The world today is becoming more globalized anyway. People, work online. People from America work with people in England. People from Brazil work with people in China, et cetera, et cetera. And working at an international school kind of gives kids a head start at that sort of opportunity where you realize that you will be working with people who don't look like you and who might not speak the same language. So from where I grew up in a small town called LaGrange, Georgia, in the United States, that town was actually very diverse. There were people from different ethnic, racial backgrounds, people who spoke different languages. So I've been exposed to non-English speakers my entire life. And I've always made an effort to communicate with people even if they don't speak English. There's all sorts of things that you can do, sign language, gestures, generally just being friendly with people. And this is something I try to do in all of my classrooms. Kids understand more than what we give them credit for. If they don't understand English, I will try to speak slowly and articulately, but I can, through gestures and simple games, I can teach from a very young age to higher levels very easily. At international schools, I find that the more diverse, the better. I love to have students from all over the world. It's nice to hear the perspectives of the students of these other countries. I find that I myself, even though I am a teacher, I learn a great deal myself. I'm constantly learning every single day, and it's a great feeling. My students are getting the same feeling that I'm getting. If they're getting that feeling, then that's the most I could possibly ask for. So to make sure that everyone in my class understands me and everyone is learning, no matter where they come from or what their ability is, I use a variety of strategies through games, lectures, reading books, speaking activities, writing activities, I try to do something different every day, and sometimes even every few minutes, to keep everyone engaged, to keep them interested, because we don't want anyone to be bored ever. Sometimes to get a new child's attention, or not just a new child, something I try to do is I try to learn different languages myself. Here at this school, we have students from Korea, Japan, we have students who speak Hindi, Tamil, and I can speak a few words of all of those languages. I lived in Thailand for 8 years, I can speak Thai. I lived in Belize, Central America for nearly 3 years, I can speak that language fluently. So that's another thing that's kind of an icebreaker, if you will, that makes a student feel welcome right away. It's like, oh, this teacher can speak my language also. I believe that cross-cultural communication and understanding are extremely important in the world that's turning more and more globalized every day. We're communicating with people in different countries so easily through the internet. There are things, we have Google Translate, we have open artificial intelligence. We have ways of communicating that we've never had before. Students, for them to learn these basic communication skills, if it's in English or even in another language, it's so vital for their growth and in terms of getting a career in whatever field they choose. Communication is all about understanding. You don't have to speak perfectly. You don't have to speak English perfectly. If I understand you, that's perfect to me. I do my best to try to incorporate many things from other cultures as I possibly can. Music, videos, art from other countries. I myself, I love music, I love art, I love film. As a matter of fact, I have like an entire library of films and music that's specifically for my students. And so sometimes I have a lesson that's designed specifically with that art in mind, or that's like a fallback. You know, perhaps I have a lesson that is planned for, something, but maybe we're going outside that day, it's raining, so I have an alternative, and I have this art that I like to share with them, and or a game, or some sort of active learning. Everything that we do, I tend to shy away from just speaking and lecturing because it's not as interesting as having them speak. When they are the ones who are talking, they tend to remember quite a deal more, and also gives them the confidence that they need to improve their speaking, improve their reading, improve their writing. So, yeah. Not everyone loves their job. Many people have a career or a job that they have to do to make money, and that's fine. But I consider myself very, very lucky because I love my job, I love my career, I love teaching, and I love learning. And I feel blessed to be able to come in and do this every single day. When kids come in, I feel like that energy that I have, they feel it as well. It's a very positive energy that's reciprocated, and it just works naturally. And I'm very proud of that, and I'm very happy about it, and I hope to continue teaching for many, many years to come.